taken on the role of, I guess, the number one receiver this year?
I guess I never really looked at it like that, but I feel like whatever position I'm in, I mean, if I'm that guy that has to make the catches on third down and get the first downs and things like that, I mean, I'm going to make sure I do that. And if I'm looked at as that guy, then I guess so. But I've never really looked at it as, I'm the number one guy or anything like that. So.
What makes you kind of the best guy on the jet sweep? Obviously, they use you more than everybody else on that play. Is it just your speed, or is it more than that?
I mean, I'd say it's probably more so my speed and vision. I'd say ability to make a cut and just get upfield and get what you can when maybe things shut down and not take something for a loss or something like that, and ball security, not fumbling or anything like that. So I just feel like I just gained the trust in the coaches to be able to do that, and it's a privilege to be able to do that for sure.
Do you feel like you're the fastest guy on the team?
Yes, for sure.
Would there be people who would dispute that?
There'd be people to argue it, but I would assume they'd come to their senses and agree with me.
Which guys would think they're faster?
George Rushing and probably Serge Trezzy.
Have you ever raced him?
Yeah, anytime
no
you
need to.
Is there any advantage to you guys having played in this game before? I know it's not a huge sample size, but a first-time team, aside from the first Big Ten championship game, has never won it. Do you think, being in such a different environment, dome, turf, gives you guys an advantage that you've been in that setting?
Yeah, I mean, we've been in that setting plenty times in the past. We played in other stadiums that are domes and turf and things like that. So, I mean, gives us an advantage, maybe. I'm not sure. All we know is we're just going to be prepared for whatever happens.
Have you had a chance to take a look at the Penn State defense yet? Did anything stand out to you?
We'll be in a couple hours.
Was it hard to look ahead to this game when you guys were playing Minnesota, knowing that you were already going to be in it?
What was the question? Was it hard
not to look ahead to this game?
No, it wasn't hard to not look ahead or anything. I feel like this team's done a really good job of focusing on each week at a time, not looking ahead and things like that. And our coaches do a good job of keeping us locked in on the day ahead.
You've had I guess a couple drops here at the end of it on third down. Does a play like that really motivate you to kind of go out there next time and not make sure you catch the ball?
Absolutely. I mean, things like that. It's in the moment it's very frustrating because those are the plays that I should be making and I know I can make, and when I don't make them, it's just like you said, it's just more motivating to make sure next time it presents itself that I make sure I finish the job.
How have you created, I guess, the mentality to get over a drop and then come back with a play like the jet sweep later in the game?
I mean, first I'd say it's my teammates. They rally around me right away. Let me know. Just forget about it. It's still a long game. Still got more quarters to play, and I feel like my teammates have done a great job. With anybody really keeping everybody up spirited and making sure that no one gets down on anybody, and we're always positive and making sure that we stay locked in.
If I remember correctly, you kind of started to have a little bit bigger role for the end of last season. Did your play the last few games of last season kind of give you some confidence heading into this one that you could take on a big role?
Absolutely. I mean, like last year I like to tell myself it was just me kind of, dabbling my feet in the water a little bit, and then I got a bigger role towards the end of the season, so I got a little more experience, and then just getting that experience and then coming in this year, it was just a mindset of, well, I know what to expect, I know what to do, so now it's just a matter of doing it and getting it done.
Is there a time toward the end of last year where it just kind of clicked for you, everything kind of slowed down or something like that?
For sure. I'd say the Northwestern game was probably when things slowed down a little bit for me, and I was able to just kind of look at the game from a different perspective and focus on my job and things like that, not focusing on anything outside, and being able to prepare for games. I feel like was the biggest thing for me coming into this season, which is what I would say was my biggest development, is the preparation part of it.
How do you guys, look at this game? Not the playoffs are all but here. How do you look at this game? You look at this as a chance more of a chance to win a Big Ten championship, or more of a chance to get into the Final Four?
I'd say we look at this as win the Big Ten championship. That's one of our goals for this season. Get there, and of course we our goal is to win it, and whatever happens after that happens. Final Four comes into play, then that'd be great. But if not, then whatever happens happens.
Do you think when you guys walk in that stadium, some bad memories will come back from 2 years ago?
I'd hope not. I mean, I feel like that's been flushed and forgotten, and it's a whole new year, a whole different team, and a whole different style. So I mean, our whole thing going into this game is to prepare for Penn State and hopefully come out with a victory.
DT said after the game or after this past game, that you guys were just unprepared for that game 2 years ago. Why do you think that is, and why do you think that went so poorly for you guys?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, that was back when I didn't have much. I have a role at all on this team really, besides on the scout team helping guys prepare. But I mean, I thought everyone was prepared, everyone was locked in, had a lot of energy going into it, and just nothing was going our way that game. So I mean, I couldn't really tell you what that story was.
You guys lost that game, and you lose your coach, and then Barry comes in and says, "I'm going to get in a solid guy as a replacement." I'm just curious, when Paul first came here, not everybody knew who he was. What did he have to do to get everybody on board for last season to happen, and then for this season to happen?
What did Coach Chris have to do? All Coach Chris had to do was be Coach Chris. I mean, I heard all the stories about him before he came here, and he's lived up to all those expectations, and he's been a great guy and a great coach. I feel like he's done a great job of leading this team and keeping everybody close and tight-knit, and created this family that we have now.
What were the stories you heard?
He was a genuine guy. He was a father figure type of guy, and he was always going to be able to approach you, or you can approach him about anything. So when I heard those things, it's easy to be like, all right, well, this is probably going to be an awesome guy, and I can't wait to meet him.
Aside from that, though, a nice guy still has to be a smart football coach. I mean, you know him offensively. Do you feel confident going into games that you guys are going to have a good offensive game plan?
Always have the comfort that he's going to put everyone in the best situation on any play, any adjustments that need to be made. He makes sure he corrects them throughout the week, so you go into the game being able to play freely and as fast as you can and confident.
Does it help having a familiarity with Lucas Oil Stadium? How much does that help?
I'm not sure how much it helps, but I mean, it will be nice to be back there for sure.
On that jet sweep, what's going through your head when you get that ball and you get the handoff? What's immediately going through your head, and as you're moving upfield and across the edge?
First thing that goes through my head is get upfield and get whatever you can. But when you see a lot of green grass like that, it's just run, run, run. I feel like that's all that goes through your mind, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. It happens so fast. You just can't really think about it. You're just playing the game, making sure you can put your team in the best position.
How big is it to have that